Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Dan Desti,
Amber,
Naila, Hororland.
a place where dark stories and untold mysteries emerge from the shadows. Here, darkness is not just the absence of light, but the place where our greatest faith hides.
Prepare yourself to enter a world full of mystery, where every step brings us closer to what we don't want to meet. And here we will tell you Rancakalong stories.
Once upon a time on Sunday, there were two friends named Dinda and Aldo who wanted to attend the community farewell event at a villa location in Rancakalong. The farewell event must be attended by the entire community in Chiligi. But because Dinda, who was not away to stay overnight by her parents, were forced to attend the event on Sunday at 7 a.m. Finally, Dinda agreed to go with Ado on Sunday morning, asking a motor tree. However, at 7 a.m. it rained heavily, making Dinda and Aldo have to stay at Dinda's house to evaluate the positive of very friends who had called Red until finally, and the rain had begun to subside. Dinda and Aldo were ready to leave for the villa in a state of chaos. Even so, Dinda and Aldo still enjoy the sadness of the scenery while telling stories followed by small jokes. But for some reason, suddenly the air along the road turned cloud, even though the positive were getting hot at the time. But in addition to the cloud are suddenly Aldo. Ashley told about the experience he had when passing through the road they were passing. So the story was, at the time, Aldo was returning home while the position on the sky already starting to decay because the road was very minimal lighting. As I understood, Aldo had to slow down the speed of his motorbike because the road was dark and turning. Even though Aldo tends to be a brave person, he still was scared because when he looked at his rearview mirror, he says a woman in white dress. She was not straight, untitled, but he felt goosebumps after passing the woman. Although Elsa turned the mirror so that he did not see the woman again. The trio have turned. Instead of despairing from his fire, the woman was begging him while saying, "Where are you going?" When asked in Indian tongue, shouted help in Aldo were there. He immediately started to guess, no matter how dark the road and the woman was behind. In the end, Aldo found a bright light on the road. Aldo was grateful because he Entering home, although resting himself in the living room chair, he did not go straight to the bedroom because he was too tired on the trip. While Aldo was sleeping, came Aldo auntie in bed indigo. So when his auntie saw Aldo sleeping and the car immediately woke him up, not because she wanted to disturb, but according to her auntie vision. Aldo had been pestered by a family figure whose characteristics were actually like the ones she met on the third earlier. And finally, Aldo was giving player water and his swimsuit to shower and play magic.
So, that's the story. Aldo easily told his personal experience to Dinda, with the position of passing through a road that was known to be haunted, even though Aldo had been given the mandate not to tell this experience to anyone. The long story made Dinda and Aldo feel that time went so fast. It didn't feel like there were only a few kilometers left to reach the villa. However, it is precisely that close distance that makes the catastrophe appear. So the story goes, Dinda was tasked with a navigator. Dinda was showed the direction where the villa was located, but when they passed the T junction, the map showed that they had to go to the left. At first, it was going normally, but suddenly the maps actually direct us to a place that made no sense to pass, namely an alley that went up like a road going to the mountain. The alley was narrow and very steep, and the alley was called Pasir Dok, an alley known to be haunted because the alley was the home of the Kuncen and the Samans. Initially, Dinda and Aldo did not know at all what place it was, but strangely, Aldo easily directed his motorcycle and went straight into the alley without thinking. Going up and up, the alley was getting steeper, and without realizing it, they were already very far from the settlement. They had no idea where they were, and they realized that they were lost. Dinda continued to check the maps, and the maps could not detect where they were. As a result, they had to go looking for a way out. Time after time, they were already very tired. Apart from the increasingly steep road, they were getting farther and farther away from their starting place, until finally they found a place which they thought was the way out to go home. They saw that the place was very beautiful and filled with magnificent houses in which there were a group of people doing something. They go off the motorbike and follow the place. Like a palace, the place was indeed in a lot of luxury house and elite people. They did not suspect anything. Instead, they enjoyed it. They felt that maybe the villa was here. They continued to search and asked one of the residents there. The resident did look ordinary, like a father in general. But strangely, this father actually spoke in ancient Sundanese, which the two of them did not understand what it meant. All they understood was, "Come, follow me."
They followed the men and they were taken to a pledge with far from the pledge. They were actually taken to a pledge that was very remote and contrary to the pledge. Until finally they arrived at a wood that looked like it had never been occupied by humans. Without further ado, The man said something that really surprised them. Where are you two from? Don't you know that this is the village of the demons and the enchantments? The village you see is just an illusion. So I bid you life or I never come back again. And I ask you to never walk back. How surprised the both were after knowing that the pledge they said was the pledge of the demons and the enchanters. Until finally they left without saying a word to the man. And miraculously, the motorcycle that they parked with from the hut was actually in front of them. They immediately left and did not walk back at all. They arrived at the initial road. They knew that this was the road they had passed earlier. But because the island was small and steep, Aldo was prepared to ask Dinda to get off the motorbike. Aldo asked Dinda to walk down off-road and Aldo loosened his motorbike. Dinda agreed to Aldo's request. When Dinda got off at first nothing happened, but in the middle of the road, suddenly there was a very cold air passing through her. Dinda ignored it and continued to wait while she would safely get to the bottom. But the effort she made was in the middle of the journey and accompanied by the cold air. Dinda heard someone talking in her ear loudly. Go down your district orderly. After that, Dinda felt someone passing from behind and Dinda followed to the outside of the line. Even Dinda immediately cried so much and was immediately taken by residents to be rescued. When they were taken to rest, Dinda and Aldo heard rumors from their neighbors that the alley was a shared pledge and no one dared to go there. It was at the pledge where the Kanchian and the ancestors lived there. And when they climbed the fish above the pledge, they were weakened helplessly. Because what they saw and what they felt was true. Maybe that's enough of the podcast that we have presented. More of the apologies. We close with
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.